Hey guys, so I wanted to provide you an update to the navigation system that I had installed a few weeks ago. Originally, when I had made the video, I showed very basic functions of the navigation unit and the MMI. I was relatively happy with it. Again, it had some quirks within the system that are still there that I haven't been able to figure out. However, one of the biggest changes that I have actually found with this unit, and I just took some time to do it, is the fact that I was able to get the Android setup, or Android Auto, to work with this setup here. So when I ordered the unit, it originally, and I'll show you guys, it came with this unit here, which allows Android Auto as well as the Apple CarPlay to work. You guys can see there's a couple of wires down here. These are attached directly to the back of the unit, and for demonstration purposes I'm going to go ahead and hook it up to a C-type cable because I have an Android phone. We'll go ahead and set it up. I'm just going to leave it there for demonstration purposes. Now I have a little foam mount that I put in the center of my console here that I essentially made. My Note 10 Plus I simply put here just like that. And again, here's the navigation system within the basic setup. When I start up the car, it actually will ask for me to connect to my phone, which is really nice. So I have wired out where my cable runs right up to my phone, and the moment that I connect to my Note 10 here, you'll see it displayed right up on the screen. So we'll let it do its thing real quick, and as you can tell, it says please connect the phone. Android Auto is connecting. And I'm sorry guys, I will eventually black out the screen so that you cannot see, just for privacy on where I live. But the nice thing about Android Auto is it immediately pulls up Google Maps and uses it as my central navigation system. It will actually put it in the drive mode, which I really like. Now, without Android Auto, I still can use Waze as well as Google Maps, but what I don't like about Google Maps in this specific setup, and let me step back, with the changes that Google Maps has performed, you cannot set it to do an automatic drive mode. You've got to go through several map functions or menus to get to it. So Android Auto automatically sets it up, which is really nice. If you guys can hopefully see, with Android Auto there is kind of a home button that you can hit, and what it does is it just lists a few different things. This is my customized menu where I've got my iHeartRadio, I have my phone, I have weather, my settings, and the news, and of course Google Maps. So just for demonstration purposes, let's go ahead and hit iHeart, and it pulls up my station. I'll hit play, and it plays really nice. So that functions really well. You can exit out of here. You can pick your stations that you like. The other thing that you can do is you can actually choose it on your phone, and it will obviously connect up there. I'll go ahead and choose a different station so you guys can see. Let's go ahead and do news radio, and now it's to a news radio. We'll go ahead and just step back here to the map function. We'll go back here. We'll go ahead and hit news.
Here's the latest news. By the way, you can control
and I'll turn it up a little for you guys.
Or stop the news. Continuing Fox News at 4:08 p.m. today.
You can pause it. So that's a really nice feature. And let's go ahead and just do weather.
Right now in Stanton it's 63 and mostly cloudy. Today it'll be partly cloudy with a forecasted highs.
Okay, we'll go ahead and get out of that. We'll go back here. Now the phone function does work. We'll go ahead and just set up to dial a number. And I don't know if it is specifically with this unit in connection with my car, but I can dial a number, and what will happen is my car's Bluetooth dial system actually will be what is being used. However, the nuance is I can only punch in a code or control specific things from the Android Auto. So you cannot get the car specific menu to actually pull up. So again, it's a little odd to do. You've got a couple of steps, but you can take calls while you're driving, which is really nice. We'll go ahead and go back to home. Okay, so one of the big game changers for me now that I have my Android Auto to work correctly is I can receive and read as well as text message people while I'm driving safely. So the way that I have found it to do it is I will essentially just ask Google, text Peter Vu mobile.
What's the message?
This is a test, period.
Hi God, this is a test. Do you want to send it or change it?
Send it.
Okay. Message sent.
And as you can tell, I sent myself a message. It displays on here. I can hit play.
Peter Vu says this is a test. Do you want to reply?
Yes.
What's the message?
Test message received, period.
Here's your text to Peter Vu. Test message received. Do you want to send it or change it?
Send it.
Okay. Message sent.
And if you guys can see, again, I sent my message to myself again and it appeared on my phone. So that is a really cool feature. I also have it set for WhatsApp. So my family and we use it so I can get messages on it, which is pretty cool. So again, that's a huge game changer for me. Now, I don't know if it's how I set it up, but if I hit the mic button, this is a test. What is the weather?
Is this thing on?
As you guys can tell, it doesn't work correctly. So I haven't quite figured it out, but that might change the dynamics of how I use it if I ever figure out how the mic is going to work. Because my belief is it's supposed to mic off of your phone, but it hasn't worked. But anyways, that is the quick Android Auto. Again, a huge game changer for me because I can listen to iHeartRadio. I can hit Spotify if I want. You can do Pandora. I just choose to use iHeartRadio. The map function is really nice. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is I will switch it over to the Apple CarPlay. Forgive me in advance, guys. I don't use iPhone, so I don't know how well it works. I just had a chance to kind of toy around with it. So let's go ahead and change real quick. Alright, so we'll go ahead. This is kind of the, I'm sorry, not Android Auto, CarPlay. Here is the map function. And once again, I will black it out, but it looks like it uses the Apple mapping system, which I don't think is all that great. You've got your music, You've got your text messages, and let's go ahead and hit this right here.
What do you want to say?
This is a test, period.
Your message to Peter Vu says this is a test. Ready to send it?
Yes.
Okay, it's sent.
Alright, so from my wife's phone, I was able to send a test message to myself. I'm going to go ahead and send her back.
Hello.
And as you can tell, my wife has Adele as her text messaging notification. So text messaging definitely works on the iPhone, which is pretty cool. And let me take a look at this here. It looks like it does kind of a split screen, which in my opinion is awesome because you've got the mapping area here. You can play a music, you can hit home here, which is really nice. And hopefully I'll be able to figure out how Android Auto is able to get it like the CarPlay, but I'll give kudos to CarPlay as it looks pretty good. So we'll go ahead and disconnect, kind of going back to the main screen. That in itself is a very high level overview of what I have been able to do with this unit thus far. Sorry about that, guys. My camera actually cut out during that final section of the review of the new changes that I have on the navigation. So I did want to go ahead and just kind of finalize a couple things. As you guys can tell, with Android Auto working now, as well as CarPlay, it has totally changed how I feel about that MMI system that I bought from China. So overall, I really enjoy using that. It does make my driving experience much more enjoyable, as well as much more safe, because again, I can receive messages and send them. I have Google Maps at my disposal. Unfortunately, I can't seem to get the Google Assistant to work 100% correctly. Hopefully, I'll be able to figure that out in the next few days or few weeks here, and that will, again, probably change how I feel about it even more. But I think it's a pretty nice head unit to use. Not perfect, but then again, not so bad of a unit anymore with its all that function working. I do appreciate all the support, and you guys new to the CT200 side for following some of the changes that I've made to the CT here. Keep on coming back. I've got other things in store. And if you have any DIYs that you do want to see, feel free to go ahead and post some comments, and I'll do my very best to get something up for you guys. This is going to be Peter, your Audi S3 fanatic, signing off until the next time, my friends.